I am Never Trust the Living for Long, Allie, or Never for short, and I'm going to go through my top tips for Bahari specific. So we are currently in Bahari, near the outskirts. My first tip is this door right behind me will bring you right to your plot. So you don't need to spend the 10 coins right here at the stable. All you need to do is just walk right through and it'll bring you straight to your plot. Number 2 is the things that I flare and tell the server chat about. I tell server chat about gold, Dari cloves, heat root, and any heart drop lilies. And the reason why I do that is because those are rare items to get and to spawn. So it's always nice to share that information with the rest of the server if people are looking for those things as well. Also, to mention heat root, you're going to need to look up when trying to hunt heat root. Because heat root does not grow on the ground, it grows on the walls. So make sure that you are looking up and on the walls of the mountains for heat root. Next thing would be these ruins here, or any of the ruins in Bahari for that matter, will always spawn the bright shrooms. So if you're looking for bright shrooms specifically, take a look at any of the ruins and they should spawn the bright shrooms right on the outside of them. If you're looking to plushie hunt at night in Bahari, the best place to put down a lure would probably be in E3. This brings not only snails, but the glow bugs and the lunar fairy moths. All three of those drop plushies, so this would be the ideal place to drop a lure and hunt for bugs in Bahari if the goal is to get plushies. In Bahari, you have 3 different types of magical animals. You have the disco deer, which is right in front of me. You have the magical Muujin, and you have the magical Azura as well, which is a Chappa. You're going to find the magical Muujin and the magical deer or Sernuk in the northern part of Bahari. The magical Chappa you're going to only find in the southern part of Bahari. They are separated in that regard. And when you're hunting them, what you're going to need to have is dispel arrows. Because they're magical creatures, this dispels the magic so that they become more like a regular creature. Another thing that might be useful is having hunter's horns. Hunter's horns allow you to see rare creatures like the disco deer, like the magical Muujin, and the magical Chappa. So using hunter's horns would be good. If you have one active, you have to be within 200 feet of that magical item for it to show up on your compass. Also, the magic does wear off on the disco deer and any of the other animals as well. So you have to make sure you have to continuously hit it with the dispel arrows, or it will continue to use magic. If your primary source of hunting is bugs and you need to make honey lures, the best place to look for some ingredients for the honey lures would be in Bahari, and that's going to be the dragon spear peat. You'll want to start in H4, at the top of H4, and work your way all the way down into the bottom of G8 and look for dragon spear peat. You also want to make sure when you get near the lighthouse lagoon that you're looking on top of this structure here and this structure here, as well as on the shore here. They do pop up in there sometimes, so keep an eye out for that. For the grove, you're going to have 2 cues of where it's at or where it's spawned. An audio cue, which you'll hear in just a second. Sounds like it's right next to us, and it is. And that visual cue, the pink mist at the top of it. It always spawns at midnight, and it is a courtesy to wait until 3 a.m. to chop down the trees. This just allows people to get to the grove in a timely fashion. So as long as they're there within 3 minutes, you're able to chop the grove. It's always nice to put that you have the grove marked or found in the chat as well. So we're in H3. H3 grove chop at 3 a.m. When you can hit every single tree once. This indicates that you've tried to hit it. So if somebody goes to chop it while you're not there, or they chop a different tree while you're chopping another tree, you'll still get that loot. And then you just sit here and wait until 3 a.m. However, if you find a singular flow tree by itself, not in the grove, chop it down. If you have somebody there with you to help you, chop it down. Not when you don't have to wait for. I will also say you will need help chopping down the trees. That's not something that you can necessarily do it on your own unless it's a very, very small tree. But hitting the tree once, it regains its health. So you need a group of people to chop the tree down with you. So just keep that in mind. That's why it's always nice to say where the grove is in the server chat so people can come and help with the chop at 3 a.m. I hope these tips and tricks helped. If you want to see something about Elderwood or about Kilima or more things about Bahari, let me know.